Here we have the new 2025 Cadillac Escalade V-Series. Now you do get an all-wheel drive powertrain setup here. 6.2 liter supercharged V8, made it with a 10-speed automatic transmission. And this one comes in the radiant red tint coat. And then we get jet black leather interior. Absolutely love this in this red here. As we come around to the front end, we get our LED headlamps along with the LED signature lights. I just have the signature lights on now, and it's just really nice to see one of these coming down the highway. It just has such an aggressive stance. Nice, big, bold mesh grille there. And that's how you can really tell when you're dealing with a V, because this grille is massive. As we come around these wheels here, these are gonna be 24-inch alloy. And they look really good here. They don't look too big or too much. We get passive keyless entry on the front. And then to the door panel here, we have our memory seat functions, excuse me. And then we have the one-touch up and down windows on all four doors, power folding side mirrors with blind spot monitors. The power mirror controls themselves are there. You can pick a side, turn it on or off, and then your power door lock controls are there. There's your handle, bottle holders and storage there. You get that AKG premium sound system. And then up here, we can adjust the air suspension, drive modes, trailer brake controller, electronic parking brake. Hood release is there. There are the pedals. And then we have our power tilt telescoping steering wheel. But there's the power driver's seat. We do get massage function as well as four-way power lumbar support. But absolutely stunning spec here again. I want to give a huge thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for allowing me to review this Escalade V today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. See if I can get the seat all the way back. So I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So sitting behind myself, pretty good space. Rear entertainment systems here. We can use a web browser, HDMI ports, or we can pull up the vehicle status here. So it's pretty easy to use, and then your settings are right in there. You can cut the system on or off. Seat back pockets, both sides. Rear AC controls, 3-stage heated seats, bottle holders, and then you have 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB-C ports, and the 3-prong household plug-in, which I believe is 120 volts. But there's a view of the front from back here. You can kind of get a glimpse of that 55-inch pillar-to-pillar screen there. And then we do have the panoramic sunroof, and that's the sunshade there, what that looks like. And I love the headliner here. But I mean, this thing is not cheap, almost 170 grand sticker, so it has quite a bit. USB-C ports and a bottle holder on either side in the third row. Just want you all to see everything. But LED lights throughout. You can hang a nice collared shirt there if you need to. But absolutely in love with this thing. It sounds so menacing. You're gonna get a glimpse of that here in a minute as we get to the back. The fuel filler is there. You wanna put premium in here to get that full power output. But as we come around to the back end, LED tail lamps. Just listen to that. The trailer hitch is underneath there. Spare tire underneath as well. Hopefully you can hear me over the exhaust. I'm trying to get back inside before the weed eaters get over here. But top tethers for the car seats integrate on the back of the seats themselves, third row and second row. And then we can power fold the third row here, release the second row, 3-prong household plug-in. And then you have your lower anchors right there. And you can hit this twice to tumble the seat, hit it once to fold it flat. And if you can't tell, I'm trying to hurry up again before whoever's got the weed eater or leaf blower or something, I can hear them coming. So I'm trying to hurry up and get in the vehicle. But power seat, 4-way power lumbar support with massage for the passenger side. Your HDMI and USB-C for the passenger screen over here, right there. Glove compartment down below here. Cut the AC down a little bit so it's not too loud. And then just a quick look at the window sticker. You all can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at anything. And then here comes the supercharged V8. And then I'm just gonna show the blinkers and we're gonna hop in. But now to the driver's seat. All right, so here's the steering wheel here. I love the look of this. It just looks so aggressive. It still has the same Escalade feel, but leather wrap there, Super Cruise indicator and the Super Cruise sensor in the back. There's the horn. Over here to the screen, we do get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility, AM, FM, XM radio. Ambient lighting can be adjusted here. The auto park assist. We do get a wireless charging pad, and that just shows my phone's on there. And then Google Maps. The entertainment hub here is how you use the screens in the back, and then also this screen on the side here, so you can turn that on or off, and then also kind of see what's going on there. And then here's the backup camera. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You also get that front camera view as well. And then your settings here, vehicle settings include your teen driver, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive. Then you have the Super Cruise lane change. You can turn that on or off there. And there's just so much you can fool with there. And then your vehicle status right in here. So you have the maintenance you can go through, and then you also have the gauges, and then the trip meter right in there. And then your settings, you can go down to system settings, and then you have your language here, and you also have your units of measurement. But down here you have dual zone automatic climate controls. You can adjust your temperature here, and then your fan speed there, auto modes here, and then you have the rear there as well. Your heated cooled seats, you have soft touch on the screen itself there, then the heated steering wheel as well, and then you can even control the second row too. And then your massage, just a ton that you can work with. But your electronic child safety locks are here. Universal home remote can be adjusted there. I mean, I could be in here all day. It's just, there's so much going on. But there's that backup camera again. Front camera's here. Kind of get that curbside view if you're towing something. It's pretty neat. That wireless charging pad is right there. You get a USB-C port behind on both sides. You can kind of place the phones behind this screen at the bottom. And then your volume knobs here, you can click that to mute. And then you also have this that you can adjust through here if you don't want to use the touch screen. Hazards right there, automatic brake hold, cut the AC on or off. Then your bottle holders, little storage tray there. Center console cubby space is a cooling box. You can adjust that. And then this USB-C and USB-A port are for the radio. You can plug those directly in. There's a look at the back seat from up here. But let's get that sliding back. We have the theft sensor inclinator there. And then we can power fold the third row here, the lift gate right there. You can adjust that from max 3/4 off. Lights are there, and then OnStar here, rear camera mirror. But you can tilt or slide this roof. I'm just gonna show you how it slides one touch. All the way behind the glass. And then you can close both of those at the same time. And then vanity mirrors here. Blinkers are over here. You have your rain sense wipers, rear wiper, pull there for the rear fluid, push in on the side for the front fluid, and then your shifter's over here, so hit the brake, pull for neutral, pulling up for reverse, pulling down for drive. Then you have a manual mode here, and you can turn that on or off by pushing that button. But we do get that Super Cruise, so to turn the cruise on, first turn that on for the adaptive. If you want to go from adaptive to regular, you can always hold this cancel button to do that. But once the adaptive is on, then you can hit the Super Cruise button here when applicable, set your speed and adjust it there. Gap adjust for that, as well as the forward collision alert right there. Heated steering wheel toggle. This is for that V mode. And then voice recognition, mute, track list or radio station presets, phone button. This goes through your audio sources. And then you can scroll through those different gauge functions as well. And then volume control is right here. And if you look closely, you can see that heads up display flashing there. It doesn't actually do that in person. That's just how my camera's picking it up. And then push button starts here. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Escalade V-Series out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Escalade V here, so far, ride is really great, but what really gets you is that exhaust note. It's so aggressive, it's so loud, but it's so relaxing at the same time. I just love that sound. It's absolutely fantastic. Can't get enough of it. But I have it in the normal drive mode now, and it's still freaking quick. But I'm gonna put it into sport as we get on the interstate here. And I'm not gonna use the manual mode because this only has 5 miles on it, but I am gonna give it a push here. Oh, I love that cackle as I get on the interstate here. And no one's behind me, so this is gonna be great. Again, not gonna floor, but I am gonna give it something. Here we go. I mean, that was literally nothing. I gave it nothing. And it still flew. But it's just, the exhaust is fantastic. I love that sound. Now I'm gonna try and get the Super Cruise going for a minute here. See if it'll work. Let's give it to me a minute to kind of catch on what's going on here. With that indicator, you can get it going there. Now to get it started actually is kind of wonky, so. But once it gets going, it's fantastic. But I want to give one more huge thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Escalade V today. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, I didn't want to put it into the V mode because I didn't want the crazy amount of power. I just wanted to kind of get it through the gears without putting too much wear on the vehicle. It only has 7 miles, so. But still, again, with little effort, it was gone. That was so much fun. It's just the supercharger one. Everything that you get here is just phenomenal. And for the money, if you're looking to get something like this, you already know it's not going to be cheap. Again, it's like 166 grand for the sticker. If I had it, it's worth every penny. It's just so much fun to drive. And these things really do hold their value, as opposed to just buying a typical Escalade and might sink a bit. Escalades hold their value in general anyway, but the V's are just, they're always sought after. They're going for tens of thousands of dollars over stickers still in this market. But I mean, you see why. It's just so much fun to drive. It's so luxurious. But you really have a Corvette SUV, like a Z06 SUV here. You get that supercharged 6.2 liter, and my goodness, it's just phenomenal, fantastic. The power you get, the sound you get. But just the overall experience, you get something that you can basically thrash off the line and just get like a supercar feel. But then when you're going on a road trip or something like that, to the mountains or whatever, it's still a relaxing ride. It's still easy to drive. You have that super cruise, all of that. Now it's going to be expensive to get there. You're going to be burning a lot of gas, but you still have that luxury aspect with this Escalade V. And I mean, there's nothing I would change about it. GM did such a phenomenal job just designing this with the refresh, and then with just keeping the V. It's still strong, it's still fun. And then when you're not wanting to thrash it, it's still as practical as it can be with a supercharged V8 engine. So just really excited I got to drive this thing. It's a phenomenal SUV. It's just freaking fun. It's cool. And in this radiant red tint coat, it really is everything. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Escalade V-Series.